I guess the biggest. I think I've played her before. So before we go back since middle school. So we've been playing together since 6th grade. But before 6th grade, and I had joined, I guess, her team. Our team, whatever. I did play against her, and she was always a threat. Like, my coach was like, y'all letting the littlest person on the team get y'all? And I'm like, I mean, look at her. She's good. But it wasn't weird. Our coaches have prepared us for this, that being our AAU coaches, which are also our dads. And they've always told us, you know, I mean, we're friends, but not on the courts. And we take that very personal. Like, I'm not going to hurt her or anything, but you know, you got to get yours and I'm going to get mine, but it's no friendship out there. Yeah.
Bella, talking about kind of your play on the court today, a couple of hustle plays, but also leading the team in points. What was working well for you?
I feel like this week we worked on a lot. Just the fact that their defense and their press is so aggressive, so just finding open spaces. And also our coaches have been talking to us a lot, just being confident in our shots. You know, if you're going to shoot the ball, don't shy away from it, lean into it, and just shoot with confidence. So I feel like tonight I played with confidence on both ends of the floor, and I had my teammates picking me up when I made mistakes. But it was a good game all around. Everyone performed really, really well and got the job done.
Buggs, Coach was talking before the game about the emphasis of trying to get downhill and get to the rim. How much it was an emphasis on that today, and how do y'all feel like you did? I think you did pretty good.
There was a lot of emphasis on it, and yeah, I thought we did good too. She told us though in practice, like, we'll have that option, and she made sure we saw it in practice, because sometimes you may not necessarily see that that option, but she put emphasis on it in practice, and sometimes in practice it's hard to see because you're not the other team. You know, you have your practice guys or whatever, but they can only do so much. They can't be West Virginia, but she put emphasis on it, and you know, when you get in the game, you know, maybe miss it once. Okay, next time you see it, then okay, I'm going there every time I can drive. So.
This one can be for either of you, but obviously coming off a tough one against BYU, what does this win kind of mean for you guys, and kind of maybe getting back into that good momentum that you guys want?
It honestly I feel like our spirits are lifted after we win, of course, but this week was a week of us all coming together and committing to what we're going to do to be better. You know, I feel like we're trying to get our swag back. Coach Tony has said that. And our swag is playing Baylor basketball. So whether that's personally going and getting up more shots so that you can be more consistent and hit it whenever you're open, or spending time watching film, doing those little things, we all had to come together and just figure out the little things that we need to do for each other so that we can be better and more focused on the court together. So it was a good day. Today was a good day. We all got smiles on our faces. Yes.
Bella, how big was that three-pointer you had there? About 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes to go, just because they were starting to cut into the lead, made it 9, and that was, you know, kind of a big shot at the time.
I honestly don't think I realized that. Like, I realized they had kind of started cutting it a little bit, but like I said before, they were like, just be confident in your shot. I feel like that's the three has always been a really big part of my game, especially in moments like that. So I was just confident, stepped into it, and I was like, okay, if it goes in, great. If not, Buggs is probably going to get the rebound. So, but it was a big play, but just we all carried each other with that momentum tonight, multiple plays like that.
Buggs, looking ahead, obviously the race is coming down to the wire for that regular season Big 12 title. Where do you guys think you need to improve, and what do you need to do down the stretch to put yourselves in that consideration?
Like Bella said, we have to play Baylor basketball. We all know what comes with that. But get back to Baylor basketball, because we need to be where we were at the beginning of the season, and that was great Baylor basketball. But that's the only thing. As when we get back to Baylor basketball, man. So I would say our biggest thing is getting back to Baylor basketball, because that's huge. And obviously we want to go win that, but I think our best chance at that is playing Baylor basketball.
Unrelated note, Bella, y'all have been on the win-loss. How big would a win at Oklahoma? They're ranked now. They're leading the league. How big would that be for you guys?
Huge. You know, they are a very different team than they have been the past couple of years, graduating some of their fifth-year seniors and whatnot. But they still are tough. They always play tough. You know, I remember the week before we played them, Nikki's like, okay, we're doing toughness drills all week. So we just have to go in and carry this momentum with us, like, and be okay playing through mistakes, because they're going to come at us the same way that West Virginia just did. They're going to tap the ball, get steals, go on runs, and they can shoot it really well too. But there's a lot of things that we do really, really well when we play together. So a win there will be huge, and I hope that we get that done.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Just how big was this just to kind of get back on track? And it seemed like, particularly for maybe 3.5, most of the game, you guys played some of your best basketball.
Yeah, I thought we were really poised. I thought we didn't allow some turnovers to really affect us. I thought our sudden change defense was good. They certainly got a few easy ones. They do every game, but they never got in that those 8-0 runs where they just turn you over, shoot a layup, turn you over, shoot a layup, turn you over, hit a three. And so I just thought we made them play in the half court. And, you know, it was because we didn't have as many live ball turnovers. Some of them were dead ball turnovers, and we can set our D. I think if you take away baseline out of bounds D, that's about as good a defense as you can play. Like, I really thought we did a lot of really good things. I thought Bella and Buggs, Sarah, Jada, you name it. Like, I thought we did a good job following game plan. You know, and we're going to play them again. So they're going to be looking at the film, and we're going to have to adjust in some ways the next time we play them, because I think we did a few things that maybe we haven't really seen teams do.
Coach, after the game, Caitlin came up to you and gave you a hug. Just what was it like seeing her today?
Oh, it's so great. She's, you know, when I took the job, I felt like she was part of the. We came in here together, and we're going to graduate together, and really, you know, kind of kept Queen and Liz. Not that they would have left, but I felt like she really, getting a Baylor degree mattered to her. I think I've said it before, when you talk about success stories, she's just one of my favorite players, because to go from someone that didn't really play to all conference and all defensive team to make almost the last cut in the WNBA and training camp, to be playing overseas, to go from thinking she was going to move on in an operations type career to playing basketball is really, really cool. For her to have fallen back in love with the game and love Baylor, like she really loves Baylor.
Coach, this is back-to-back games now that Buggs has kind of brought the energy and been really good. I guess, is she kind of, despite kind of the up and down of y'all's team, has she kind of kept positive and throughout the whole thing and, you know, been playing her best basketball of late?
It's kind of who Buggs is. Like, you know, there's you know she's going to show up every day. You know she's going to give you her best in practice. You know she's... you know, she may not make jump shots all the time. She made them today. You know, I mean, that was a big difference for her. I thought she did a good job of sealing up early, you know, against the matchup zone, of making some jump shots when they gave it to her. I thought she did a good job taking the ball out of bounds when we had her take it out of bounds, which is not an easy job against this team. She was really poised tonight, and I think she's been poised. And I think even, you know, some of her turnovers weren't really bad turnovers, and it's hard to say, you know, like not everyone's gonna. There are definitely different types of turnovers, and yeah, I thought she got us going at the beginning, but I thought her rebounding, her defense, her energy, I just thought she was really, really good all night.
What can you say about Bella's confidence in her play today? That's what she mentioned when I talked to her.
She was awesome. She went up and got some rebounds and some crowds at the other end that were just remarkable. I thought that was as big a contribution as anything. She switches screens well, so she gives us the ability, you know, when she had to switch onto Quinterly, which is one of the hardest guards in this league. I thought she did a good job, and then I thought she was poised when she caught the ball in the high post. She took good shots. She made shots. You know, I thought she could have finished one of her layups, and that's about my only complaint. But I liked what she was seeing, what she was doing. You know, Bella texted me before the game and said, "We're going to win this one, Coach." You know, and So that was a good feeling. Like, she was confident, and it's part of why we went to her early. I thought she changed the energy at the defensive end when she came in, and then it was hard to ever get her out.
Nikki, Sarah didn't look like she was looking for a shot in the second half, but 6 assists, 0 turnovers against a team like that. How big was that?
Yeah, I thought her and Jada, when you think about, you look at what some point guards do against their pressure. We certainly turned it over, but we didn't turn, our guards took good care of the basketball. And I thought I had that timeout at the end, or Jada wouldn't have had one of those turnovers, so unless they called it a dead ball turnover. But I feel like Sarah did a good job of not getting sped up. I thought Sarah would have arguably played the perfect game. She had one layup she missed there at the end when she attacked, and missed a couple free throws. And, I thought her threes were good threes. I thought they were rhythmic. I thought they were long. So I thought she took good shots. I think she looked confident, and that's all I want for her. I thought her layup, when they played man early, when she turned the corner and finished with her left hand, that was 2022-23 Sarah. So it was good to see her play downhill, make good decisions, and really keep us poised. I think that was the biggest thing. Our 2 point guards didn't get rattled. And I thought, it's crazy because Jana turned it over when she went in the game. And I thought she actually played really, really well. And 2 of them were dead ball turnovers, probably trying to do a little too much. But I really thought her minutes were solid, even though, her stat line isn't the best. That bench production, like when they went in, early in the first, I want to say at halftime, Jana was +9. Bella, they really, even though we had some turnovers during that stretch, that group I had in together really extended the lead and really did a good job defensively.
Well, I guess I'll ask about Oklahoma because I don't think we're getting you before then. I don't know how much.
Shelby, he's just throwing that out at you.
Shelby doesn't want to meet with the media again. Can you just, I don't know how much you've seen of them, but.
Come on, Jerry.
I know, you've watched tons of film. I think Bella or one of them said, this is a really different team than Oklahoma had last year. What do you see from them?
It's different, but it's the same. I think Jenny does a good job of getting them to believe in their system, of turning them loose. So it's kind of the opposite of West Virginia. They want to play really fast and shoot it. They're going to take the first good shot. Skylar Van is having a great year. 2-time Sixth Player of the Year. But when they need a bucket, they're playing through her. Sahara Williams is a beast as a freshman in terms of attacking the basket. I think Lexi Key fits in really, really well to what they do. Moved over from one Bedlam team to the other. But I think they play with great pace. I think they mix man and zone, but they've been more of a man team this year. They were more of a man, so that's similar to last year. I anticipate we'll probably see some zone, though. We usually do. But I think early in the season, they were running their system but not making shots. And I think as they've gotten more and more confident in running their stuff, then they're scoring. They're playing 10, 11 players. They run them in, they run them out. Certainly there are players that play more in key moments, but they beat you with tempo. They beat you with pace and tempo and can get hot from three and spread you out. And so it feels different. It is a different, they're a very different type opponent from West Virginia, even though guard play and pace and the way they can break you down off the bounce, there's some similarities, how they get there, how they spread you out. And Skylar Van is a beast. She plays inside, outside. When she makes threes, she's really hard to guard.
Nikki, the last time you guys went back-to-back games was the beginning of January. Then it's just been kind of win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. How do you build off of this and maybe get a 2-game win streak, maybe a 3-game win streak, and just kind of rattle those out?
Confidence, game plan execution. I thought tonight they really bought in. They really, we talked a lot about the key to the game was no teammate left behind, which, it didn't get real complicated, but it's like this is a team that's going to come after us. You just can't leave your teammate hanging out there. They're going to pressure, make yourself available to some degree, think when you used to go play a pickup game and you don't know anyone and you just had to cut into open space, like there's times you're just gonna have to do that. And there's no perfect, like pass it here, then pass it here, then pass it here, and you'll break the press, because it changes. You know, it's constantly changing. Towards the end of the game, they really were denying the ball back to our two guards and making our 3s, 4s, and 5s bring it down. And that's when we got into a little bit of our turnover spell, because they wouldn't let us give it back to Jada and Sarah. And so, you know, we'll do a better job of understanding what we need to do against that when we play them again. But I thought for the most part, we really bought into no teammate left behind. And that meant both ends, you know, like it's a team effort to guard J.J. Quinterly. And, you know, it's a team just like it is for Guston at BYU, and we didn't do a good job of defending her with team defense. And so I thought today that's the best job we've done in a really long time in terms of game plan, defense, things like that, because we probably went over fewer things that they do than any team since Utah. You know, but Utah, we actually started preparing for in maybe, I don't know, July, when we spent 10 days and we were running their favorite play in July. So we didn't tell them we were doing that, but we were having them defend actions that we were going to see against Utah. So for them to turn around in a week like this, like West Virginia got to play on Tuesday. You know, we played on Wednesday at altitude in a week that we've had 4. And, you know, like this is our toughest stretch. We haven't been off since, I don't know. I'm sure the players can't remember either. So I think their favorite part about this week is we get 2 days off, tomorrow and Thursday. So, you know, I think it's always easier to go back to work after a win, though. So that's the goal. That's the goal, to go back to work and to say maybe we play our best basketball against our best opponents.